You can sense the upcoming winter in the air. The cold morning air is filled with the scent of ice. The days here in the northern hemisphere have turned a lot darker. The daylight diminishes every day now as we draw closer to the darkest time of year. It takes a while to get accustomed to these changes. The lack of light makes you tired more easily, and it's this time of year I dream of going to winter sleep. Just hibernating through winter and waking up to a pale spring light. But lighting some candles, making a warm coffee, waiting for the sun to rise makes it a little easier. I always feel most creative in autumn. When it gets dark, it's easier to imagine things unseen to the eye, but it also brings forth those things hidden inside you might not always be aware of. This change from endless light to deep darkness reminds me of the cycles we humans go through as well. I'm sure we all have had these darker times in our lives as well, where we feel lost. How do we then find our way back to the light? Somehow I do believe that these hard times are sometimes necessary. They are there so that we grow, become stronger, and have a more open heart. I actually believe that anxiety or depression can sometimes be a symptom of being spiritually lost, out of touch of life, creativity, and love. Anxiety can be a sign from within that there's something you should be aware of. It's a little hard to explain well, but this is something I've experienced myself, so I know how it feels to be lost and how it is to get back into the light again after wandering in the dark. Sometimes we need to go through a storm to come out stronger, wiser, and have our heart opened. When we suffer, we understand the suffering of others better also. Of course, we are all different, and so is our way of finding joy and purpose. But sometimes, all we need is to find the light ahead to follow, to come out of the darkness. The challenges and struggles we face may be from the outer world or our inner world, but all the same, I believe that none of us is burdened with more than what we can carry. When you're going through the inner storm, it may feel like you're all alone in the world, but if there's even a small drop of hope in your heart, I believe it can become the light to lead your way out.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. little thing. You're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong.
It's been quite rainy here for this week, and this morning it's semi-cloudy, so it's a good time to come out and get some light. And it's been quite challenging to get used to the darkness, and in the summertime here in the north the sun doesn't almost set at all, and even when it's night it's kind of grayish light still. And now when it gets dark it's really dark, and it takes a while to get accustomed to the darkness. And especially here in the northern hemisphere it actually affects people quite a lot, even though many may not be so conscious of how nature affects your, mental state and physical being. And this is not a happy topic, but in the north in November the suicide rates peak, and I don't know if as a society we take into consideration how the surroundings we live by affect us. And I think it would be really nice if we humans were more connected to nature and understood that we are a part of it, whether we realize or not. And it would make it easier for people to connect to nature, to the planet and each other, not as nations and everything's segmented and differentiated. And one of you left a really heartbreaking comment that you're in the middle of war and still trying to keep up hope and trying to make a difference, and trying to live your life after 2 years of war now. And we have had wars here too, and not in my lifetime, but the last generation was still here when it happened the last time. And the fear of it is still here, and it's really shows true strength if even amidst all that. And I really can't imagine what it's like, and my heart really goes to you there, all of you. And we Finnish people really understand the situation, and it's not an easy thing. But also I've been for a long time now thinking about whether to talk about anxiety and depression in some of my videos. And maybe the one most important thing I wanted to share is that, at least what I found out in my work as a martial arts and meditation teacher, is that once you get a person to understand that there's nothing fundamentally wrong with you, there is no inner fault, or basically deep down by nature you are perfect, you're healthy, and if by some outer or inner, things that affect you, you develop symptoms, sickness, whether mental or physical, it's not because there's something broken or wrong inside of you. And all sickness is curable. Of course, there is a threshold, so that if a person is gone beyond a certain threshold, then it may be impossible to cure. But if you can affect the sickness in your mind or in your body in a more early stage, then any disease can be cured. And one of the things that really made a difference for me personally when I was going through postpartum depression was understanding that there's nothing fundamentally wrong with me. It's not that I'm broken or that there's something, that fundamentally I'm healthy, I'm well. And this seed of realization was the thing, the light to show the way out of the darkness for me. And for many people also, it's understanding that by nature humans and animals are healthy. We are born that way. Our body is designed to heal itself all the time. It does it all the time. But if the outer or inner burden, I don't know the word for it in English, but if the stress or the outer things that affect the body go beyond a certain threshold, then you get sick. So basically, for our body to heal itself, we have to allow it to do its work. And our mind is the same. If we meditate or use some other tool to let our mind be still in its natural state, our mind can heal itself. And that's really something. And I don't think in Western societies many people actually understand that. And yeah, I hope that one day it will be understood more deeply here also, how our mind works. And it's a really amazing thing, our own mind. And yeah, but it's getting kind of cold here now. I think it's gonna rain soon, so I think we're gonna head home and start walking there. So I'm wishing you a wonderful October and hopefully a peaceful and joyful one. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.